seconds and he gets his first bucket. The #1 bench scorer in America. Not many guys off the bench, Dan, are
20 teams in scoring margin, but turnovers hurting the Bison stand, and they don't turn the ball over. They're number 14 in the country in that category.
Right, but that's the challenge now when you level up in a play against the Big 12. The athletes are bigger, stronger, quicker, and it's tough to take care of the ball. That's a great...
He's the second leading scorer for North Alabama. No points, 0 of 2 shooting, and that big brace on his left non-shooting hand from that injury suffered in the semis. Pruitt, turnaround on the drive on lane. Game is tied at 41 apiece, first 5 minutes out of halftime. Ognacevic, ASUN Player of the Year for Asman, and now Anderson. First step on Sha'Carri Lane. Took the bump, bounces for a cutting Pruitt, and Pruitt gets the roll. Inside of 8 minutes to go in the ASUN Championship. Anderson, around lane, driving dish, Pruitt. He connects!
To Wilson, who slams it home. Good teamwork there by the Royals.
There's really nobody else in the league that can make that play other than Wilson just because of his size.
Wilson, the transfer from Georgetown. Pruitt going the baseline off the glass and good. Got by. They've got all 5 outside the three-point line before Will Pruitt drives in. Off the glass, won't get it. Gets his own rebound, reverses it and gets it.
Anderson, but maybe not the best look.
20 on the shot clock, 2:53 on the game clock. We're tied at 61 apiece. Oh, they found a back door and they get it to Pruitt.
And that's not surprising, especially when Lipscomb's playing. They're 3rd in the country as far as least amount of fouls committed in a game, averaging under 13 fouls committed per game. So it's not surprising that there's not been a ton of fouls here early in this one.
Fox missed on the shot for the Bears, and Lipscomb now working against this zone from the Bears. Pruitt will drive in. Back out to Miles White, who just checked in a moment ago. Pruitt to the ASUN. 2 in the book for him.
Got my numbers, but that's a good development for Central Arkansas.
Well, that may be what have happened. Maybe McCormick and Cato were both there. We may have jumped the gun on the one before. As back to Charlie White. Then he punches it down low to Will Pruitt. A lot of shot fakes. I love seeing shot out in the corner a little bit more. Now it's down to 3 on the shot clock. Maybe puts up a long 3 that misses the mark, and J.O.'s there to get the rebound. 20-point Lipscomb lead with 1:16 to play. Miles White drives and then pitches it out. And the Bisons work around the outside until Will Pruitt decides to go inside. Gets to the ASUN, tangled up in the bear paws. Here's Cato. His shot off the mark. Rebound to Anderson. Pruitt, a run and a 3. And you know what to do. Now with 5 points in the ball game.
His first 2-pointer, though, of the game. Again, you're talking about 24 last Wednesday against Lipscomb, 37 last night.
Pruitt, back-to-back 3. Trying to quieten the crowd a little bit with that 3. He's now got 5 points in the ball game.
Central Arkansas switching back to that 2-3 zone. Early in the game, it was Charlie Williams at the high post, J.O. at the low post. Now it's Ognacevic, but
I'm going to talk to Cato, the senior, the lone senior, right after that timeout. Gave him a little hug there. I tell you, he's been a key player for this Central Arkansas team. Glad that his mom is here from Australia and able to see that his mom and dad were there for senior day. His dad had to go back home, but his mom here, getting to watch him here in what could be his final game as a collegiate. And Will Pruitt. They play 4 outside the arc. Nice bounce pass going up, sliding out of the hands there of Cato. And he missed on the shot, and Lipscomb's got the rebound. Lipscomb with 4 outside the arc. Charlie Williams will post. He has it now, working off the free throw line a little bit off to the wing. Gets it to J.O., who finds Anderson in the corner. He spins and drives, going up for the layup. No, pitches it to Pruitt in the corner as the shot clock is winding. Kick it back for a left-handed three that's in and out, no good. And the rebound saved back in, and J.O. gets it. After the missed one by Cesar. Here's Pruitt, the senior. Inside, and he made that little elbow-type shot there right around where the elbow is and gets the two-pointer. And it's back down to a three-point game. Nice reverse layup. Pruitt's going to get the bucket. They lead here in this one by 14 with 6:15 left to go. Here's Pruitt for three.
His 59th of the year. Governors start with the score.
Yeah, when you watch him on film, you can just see he has a quick trigger, high release point, and he has the ultimate green light. They run a lot of screen-to-screener action for Haney. It's a packed-in man-to-man defense right now by Austin Peay. It almost looks like a zone. They're so packed in. Everyone inside the three-point line.
Shot clock down to 5 for Pruitt. Steps back.
When Haney catches the ball, you can't close out. You have to be there on the catch.
Paulie B, you're talking about a guy with over 3,100 career points in high school. Pruitt
shooting the ball so well from distance. They score 80 points per game. This is a high-level matchup in the ASUN.
Lipscomb on offense coming out of the timeout. Bisons are 4 of their last 4 from the field. Part of that 7-0 run. Got a good job recognizing double teams here early on. Pruitt with a couple of triples. This time slices in and scores. The punch. Sophomore from Memphis who likes to play against Lipscomb. His career high is against these guys. 15 last year. Little two-game with Williams. Excellent find to the cutting Powell. Pruitt.
Of course, the higher pro pick. He'll be the #1 pick in the NBA draft in 2025, in my opinion. Not only because of his talent, but because of his generational approach. You know, he is all about winning, and he makes his team. He did it at Montverde Academy in high school. He's doing it at Duke. And whenever a team drafts him, they're eventually going to win. But in terms of the Wooden Award winner, I go with Cooper Flag.
Blue Devils will be on the road tomorrow night. All 24 of their wins.
Pruitt trying to play with a shoe on and a shoe off. Puts enough defense up that Lane misses on it. And I think Pruitt's now got his shoe fully on.
Lipscomb absolutely dodged a bullet right there. Great defense by Will Pruitt.
And then Pruitt.
Per game, these are the top 2 teams, averaging both of them under 10 turnovers a game. So that's another one. Keep track of the turnovers. Which of these defenses can really assert themselves?
Here's Pruitt from the corner. Put it in the book for Will Pruitt.
This is a big man's game down low. Doesn't matter if you're a guard, power forward, or a post. Man, you better go in. You know you're going to get some harm.
They go to Pruitt in the corner for 3. Put it in the book. Will.
You've got to get help down low. If not, it's going to be a long night.
Lipscomb's ball to the media timeout under 16. A 1-point advantage. North Alabama took 1 point off the lead at halftime. Lipscomb leads it by 13 with the ball. Here's Pruitt on the drive. His shot's going to go. Whistle sounds.
Cook's attention over there to see if he got something. You got something, Patton? He does. Let's go to Patton.
Yeah, sorry about that, guys. Just daydreaming over here. But, yeah, Liddy Yacuff said we've done our work offensively now. These final 11:54, it's all about the defense as Will Pruitt gets.
Quickly, here's Lane on the run to the other end. Nice pass off and a block at the rim. Miles White got a block at the rim. Coach Buchholz, whoo-wee.
Well, and I don't blame him. There was a foul on Lipscomb, nothing called, and then you hit it the 3 on the other end. That's
step back 24-footer, left it short. And they're going to run the break up to Pruitt. They risked it, and they got it. Time leading scorer in any division of basketball for your schools. NAIA, Division 1, 2, or 3 in the NCAA. And the athletics director right behind him in Philip Hutchinson. They have the top 2 scores all time. Top scorer in NCAA, Travis Grant, who played at Kentucky State. Look at Pruitt work on a ball to Paul. Skip it corner. Buttery up to Crawford. No, Kirtles can't get him to go either. Neither team shooting well. 2 of 10 and 1 of 12. First time into the game is Super. You had it for a moment. Williams, extra share. Unguarded Pruitt. Make him pay. Will.
He's going to try to bully his way in against Williams.
Well, he little push and shove down there. They're going to double on him. His shot partially blocked. Charlie Williams then blocked the other one, and coming over to get the rebound after the block is Kellen Boylan. And Bisons have the ball, the chance to take the lead. They've led by 2 early in this ball game, but hadn't led in a long time. The Eagles' biggest lead has been 8. And Pruitt finds a gap, goes in. Lipscomb's back on top. Didn't see it, so he couldn't grab it. There's a left-handed 3, too hard off the mark across the way there. Put up by, I think it was McLean. And Pruitt will roll that one over the iron.
Now we're going to see some full court press. 1-2-2 from Florida Gulf Coast.
Pruitt's got both free throws, cuts the lead to 5. We'll see how the first 4 minutes of this half goes for both of these teams. Always a margin, things to check and look at as a key part of this game for Florida Gulf Coast today.
Well, and Lipscomb was switching on the screens, and Duax realized the mismatch when Anderson got matched up against him, and that's what you want to do. Find the mismatch, exploit it, and that's what Duax did.
Will Pruitt on the drive, puts it up, couple bodies on the floor. Long shot missed by FGCU, and Lipscomb's got the rebound. This might be that just a little part of a game where both teams are trying to figure out, and they're both struggling a little bit and getting into scoring. And a lot of that's because of the defense that both teams are playing on each other.
Well, that's a mismatch, which just quickness on Anderson.
There goes Pruitt.
Oh, my goodness.
Me. Hey, guys, we won't need that many here in this ball game, and we are underway. Ball up in the air, and on a Thursday night, the ball has been tipped. It's been controlled. Lipscomb has it. We're underway from the Music City. It's Lipscomb and Stetson as we play basketball in the ASUN on ESPN+.
Charlie Williams getting the start again for the Bisons with Grant Asman out.
Grant out with sickness, and got it to Massey. Spins in the paint. His shot blocked by Powell, and Lipscomb has it. Pruitt works the outside. Now going to drive the gap, and Lipscomb with a 5-0 lead.
Press after the make, too.
Powell for 3. Off the mark, but Will Pruitt's there to get the rebound. 3 from the corner by Pruitt.
A little bit on the hand there you can see that was kind of blocked off by Coach Jones.
Here's Pruitt for 3. Could it be? Yeah, back to Charlie Williams, and then a left-handed pass down low allowed him to kick it back out for a 3 that won't go, but a put back by Pruitt.
3 by Charlie Williams, and then Thompson picks up where he left off again.
Slams it home for his 15th point. And the Hatters have outscored Lipscomb 5-2 here in this second half, and they've cut that halftime lead down to 6.
Ball sticking a little too much for Lipscomb right now on the offensive end out of this zone defense.
Williams driving in the paint, kicks it out to Pruitt. He'll fake the 3. And a lot of passing out top, and then Will Pruitt's good to see that happen, the transfer from coming in here from William and Mary. Feed it down low to Anasovic again. And he'll kick it back out. Jacobs got 16 points. Here goes Will Pruitt. How did he do that? Here goes up and gets the bucket. Point lead. Lipscomb with the ball. 7:46 to play here in this ball game. Pruitt from the corner for 3. It's been his
normally to come off the bench is Jackson Pollard. Unfortunately, with his injury, he told me he is one of the most computer
for Ashby, and he sinks it.
It's a great screen by Malcolm Wilson, who head coach Grant Leonard called the team's best screen setter.
Greens wants it travel. White, kick out. Boylan shovels out. Pruitt, open 3. Gets the roll.
They are doing an excellent job.
Triple red hot Leo Colomario.
Even with the hesitation, he's feeling it. I thought maybe because he didn't shoot it in rhythm that he would not hit that shot, but felt good enough after resetting.
18 for Colomario as Pruitt is bumped and answers and one.
Physical played well on this end of the floor. It's just that there was the pass, the handoff at the top of the key from Matthews. Cash lost his dribble. There you see the carry, I believe is what the call was. So it's really, those are somewhat unforced errors from Queens on 3 of the 4 of the turnovers they've had here in the second.
Just a 2-point game. Ignacevic, dish out. Pruitt, long 2, beats the buzzer, 46.
Here at the free throw line as he nails another one. He is one of the better players in the ASUN at getting to the foul line. Second best on this team, right behind Leo Colomario, who's top 8 in the conference.
Matthews has 7. Queens nursing the slimmest of leads. Pruitt down the lane, and we're tied again. 7.
Anderson, he gives himself the benefit of the doubt when he has that dribble through that space to give him that call, even if it was a debatable call.
Ashby off in the jumper. Pruitt zigs, bumped, and one.
Yeah, that one was no doubt.
Lead here with 16:20 left to go in the first quarter. Bounce pass down low, and that's why he's the leader in. Taking advantage of the mismatch on that play, had Joe Anderson right in front of him. That's 6'9" versus 6 foot even. Ignacevic, guarded by Relaford, gets it over. Williams down low to Pruitt. Pruitt goes up. His 2 is good. Anderson. Pruitt gets the handoff. He goes inside and gets the bucket. And Hardawig takes a 3. That one is no good. No clue why there's no whistle on that play. That was as physical as it could get from both. Transition possibly here for West Georgia. Davis can't get the shot to go, and it's poked out by the Bisons as they try to work forward. Pruitt with an incredible as Pruitt will inbound the ball. Again, still a 7-point lead here for the Bisons. And they are going to do exactly as what they should have done and drain as much of that clock as it was as possible. Pruitt gets inside. What a shot.
By Tyler Dole, and it's a 4-0 lead for Bellarmine. We talked about them not winning in the conference. They are 0-9 in the conference. They've not won a game on the road. They're 0-11, 3-19 overall. And the Bisons come in here 14-8, 6-3 in the conference after losing on Thursday night here at home to Eastern Kentucky. As Pruitt will drive, turn, and score. He didn't score. Bringing that one in, McKinney. Then they throw it away as Smith threw it away, and Lipscomb has it. Stepping through, laying it over the rim, and good is going to be. Little bump and grind down low as Rylan Hauk is in as he put a little defense on Jack Karazinski.
Yeah, Rylan Hauk is sort of known as one of the defensive specialists for this Lipscomb team. I think it's no accident that he is in the game right now. Some of the defensive specialists have come in, some of the bench players for Lipscomb.
Well, without Grant Asmund and also Dylan Faulkner is out for the season, they got to kind of work it around a little differently. What a pass. Kentucky, what a neat story.
Yeah, really great that what they're doing, and both of these universities, high-class universities.
Charlie Williams faked with the 3. Lipscomb is down by 3 with 10:35 to play. We're going to be approaching the midway point of this second half. As Will Pruitt couldn't connect inside, so he drove, got it to Anderson. He quickly gets to the corner for a 3.
Doesn't have his issues, but just having a hard time getting a stop when they need it to kind of break this thing open. It's happened tonight. It happened on Thursday.
And a lot of confidence in that Bellarmine huddle, too. Even though their best player on the bench, their leading scorer, after fouling out, they're still playing with a lot of confidence.
They went to a zone here, a little surprising.
10 on the shot clock, down to 7 now. J.O. got a one-on-one situation. He goes in and kicks it to Pruitt for 3. Put it in. 7 4-point game. Smith now with 9 points in the ball game. Lipscomb will slow it down a little. We're inside 1 minute to play from Nashville. And Lipscomb holding on to a 4-point lead. No timeouts for Bellarmine. Lipscomb's got 3. Shot clock will be down to 10, and Joe Anderson will begin to set and move the play a little bit. He'll get it back to Pruitt out tight. They'll look down low, but instead Pruitt fires a long three. Doesn't shoot it, gets it out to White. He'll fire up a three that's off the mark. Will Pruitt's going to get a bucket.
Really one for Central Arkansas. They've been shooting from a little bit further out.
Cato nowhere to work. Great defense. Another board for the Bisons.
Hey, but I like that look for Cato. Try to get a high percentage, look closer to the basket. Help get that thing rolling a little bit for the offense.
Lipscomb has started just 2 of 8. They're 0 of 5 from 3. Bagbini in again, but it leaves someone else open. Pruitt drains the first triple of the afternoon. Three-pointer off the mark. Underneath, offensive board for Pruitt. The late foul that was upgraded to a flagrant with under a minute to play in the first half. Anderson picks the pass. Out in front, Pruitt. What a sequence as Pruitt goes into the stanchion. Started the half hitting 50% from the floor, but the Bisons just 1 of their last 5. Ten minutes gone here in the second half. Bisons up by 7. Pruitt spinning, hitting, what a move.
Jumper from inside the arc for Elias Cato.
Cato up to 12 points. On Nosovic. Good find. Pruitt in the corner. 7 up and under and gets it to crawl over the rim. 1 of their last 4. Vagaru caught underneath. Tried to get it out. It's another turnover. Anderson. Pruitt on the move. Took the hit and 1. That's just insult to injury.
This is the epitome of college basketball right here in this gym.
What'd you make of the opening 5 minutes?
I thought it was very much just a chess match, right? That heavyweight boxing match. Let's feel each other out. The Lions are attacking the paint. 6 points in the paint so far for North Alabama. And Lipscomb continuing to work their half-court offense.
Will Pruitt slithers through the lane, and there's your man right there. Pruitt on the attack, stays with it, misses once. Look at Houdini work.
Now, Will Pruitt just says, I'm going to score.
Jakari Lane coughs it up. Pruitt wreaking havoc. There he is running the floor. Will Susi in trouble. Ortiz left open. And again, the bench was ready to explode.
And the audible gasp from everyone in the crowd that Ortiz missed.
Oh, look at Will Pruitt with the spin.
Nasman at 6'11" can still go out and guard some smaller guys, so he's got more range in that department. He's also got the extension offensively to shoot it from 3, and that's a guy right there who's been goal screen, probably is what it's technically called there. But Witt, he's a big boy down low.
All I saw was that official just signaled that he went straight through
exactly.
it. Pruitt got a gap, drives in, uses the glass.
Well,
here across the line, here goes Lax driving and then pitching. They do a good job of moving around the outside to set up a 3-point attempt by McCubbin, but he's off the mark. Here's Pruitt off the glass. He's on the mark. The freshman out of Columbia, Missouri, will get the 3-pointer.
41% from downtown. You want to have it in his hands.
He's got a great career ahead of him at Austin Peay. Unless something changes, and there's so many things that changes with these lineups now with the portal, you know. There's a 3 on the way by Will Pruitt.
Faulkner, a sophomore, very talented shot blocker. A starter since mid-November, a huge blow for Lipscomb going forward.
Yeah, and he took that leap. You see a lot of guys when they come in as freshmen, especially big guys, the game's a little bit faster, players are stronger. You know, gained 30 pounds in the last year and a half. Coming back, double-digit score, big loss for Lipscomb here.
What they did before the last media break. Try to do it again as McKinney is in for Hacker. Bellarmine in zone here.
Yep. Thought they'd play a little bit of that tonight. They had some success.
And left Pruitt open, top of the key, can't do that.
Players so far haven't checked in the game. One we know for sure out, the other one, questionable. They're battling. You could say that one thing about Scott Davenport's team. They're not going to hang their heads and say, this is the best team in the league. We're out 2 of our best 3 players. Lipscomb through the year. They're the best defensive team in the league, and they only returned 2 starters. And that's just really good culture building by Coach Acuff and Lipscomb and what they do and who they are to be able to kind of turn a lot of your roster over and still.
I was right on it, Nick. Here we go. Lipscomb has it after the review. Trying to beat Bellarmine for a 4th consecutive time. Pull up. Elbow's good for Will Pruitt. As we're just over a minute into the second half here. Bellarmine going for its first ASUN win. Lipscomb trying to move to 4-1 in league play. Preseason favorite. What a beautiful find to a back cutting.
And the coach would be like, why didn't you shoot it? You know, it's just something that's it's just a dangerous play. And,
right.
You know, they're up 17, and he could have went up and got the foul call. And a little respect there from Jack saying thank you.
Also not easy to shoot through that contact either, as Pruitt lines it up. And man,
that's some of it. Lipscomb like that right there. You know, just so quick for Anderson.
And Pruitt just smoothly cashes 13 from the floor in the second half. Really missing one of their top players in Ben Johnson along with Billy Smith, 2 of their top 3 scorers. Now it's Pruitt adding to the Lipscomb out
here and break down low. Nobody picked up Relford, and he gets up and goes up and gets the 2. Back to an 11-point game. There's a nice little feed on a little on Watson. Watson's got 3, Griffin's got 3, and Ballard now has 4 fouls. He's gone to the foul bench with 4. Relford has 3.
Yeah, to me the bigger significance though is from here on out Lipscomb shooting free throws.
Here's Asman, has it on the wing. He'll drive, kick it over to Pruitt for 3. He could set it. He could lock it. To Anashima. Then he kicks it out to Powell, who's going to fire up a 3 as the clock was winding down. Misses on it, but Miles White.
What a huge rebound. Yeah,
Whoa.
What a huge rebound. Lipscomb out-rebounding West Georgia by 10 after getting out-rebounded by Queens on Thursday night by 13.
Inside 2 minutes to play. Pruitt, step back 3. Put it in the bin. Lipscomb's missed their last 4 field goals, and they haven't scored in over 4 minutes, but Will Pruitt gets a steal, a breakaway in the layup, and he will stop that scoring drive. Bucket was Berman to get the bucket and the points for Queens.
Well, one of the things Coach Acuff talked about it in his pregame talk with Patton was concerned about the transition game for Queens, and you see it there, how quick they are off of a missed shot to get into their offense.
Queens has been firing on all cylinders since coming into the 1 run. Has allowed them to go back out on top, and they're pressing full court up by 2.
Fast break points 11-4 in favor of Queens.
Faulkner at the elbow. Defense has really picked up here. There's a wide open Will Pruitt and a nice pass from J.O.
Much as they can. Anderson with the scoop. Pruitt puts it in with .2 left to go. Though surprising, they played South Carolina.
Oh, they won at South Carolina.
Yeah.
They beat Georgia Tech. Scored 100 and something on Georgia Tech.
Underneath, Will Pruitt navigating.
And North Florida's just got to keep pounding the rock. Here's a good trap.
Pruitt was wide open there. He'll connect. Played in 29 games last season, averaging 3 points and about 2 rebounds per game. And now Lipscomb looking to run it again. Pruitt down low by himself. And with the right hand scores it.
Watch tonight as he knocks down the second of 2 free throws.
Have you ever seen Robert McCray have a different facial expression?
Not once.
Not once, right? It's always the same.
He is stoic as Pruitt goes coast to coast, open under.
McNew, who you talked about out of Nicholasville, Kentucky, had 15 in the game last year. He's averaging just over 16 points a ball game. Here's Will Pruitt from Mount off the post there at the free throw line.
Yeah, in today's modern college basketball where you play a lot of 4 out, 5 out, as there's an
pull the trigger that is, drives the baseline, finds Pruitt in the other corner. He'll miss his 3, but for the rebound, Faulkner gives it right back to Pruitt for 2. in the future, and that is take some of these rosters and see how many cities people can name. What a catch there by Will.
Counter, quick three, and not this time. Mustafa got held, but no call. Lipscomb running that traditional Princeton offense, kind of almost a positionless offense.
And basically, again,
another steal. Joe Anderson's got 3 steals. He gives it off to his teammate Will Pruitt, and he'll get some.
Yeah, thanks, guys. Had a chance to listen to Truett McConnell's huddle that time. They're clear playing the rest of the way, at least in terms of defense. They're switching every screen. They're jamming and trapping from here on out. So Lipscomb's going to have a nice test to see if they can handle the pressure whenever the.
Anderson finds a gap, drives, and then pitches it into the corner for a 3 on the way by J.O. Missed on it, got his on rebound, and then he got hung up on the baseline, gives it to Will Pruitt, who will drive, get the bucket. He got hit to the face against Louisiana, played at Highland Community College, one of 6 transfers. And like you've said many a times, every team has transfers, whether they're just transferring in or coming out of the portal. Joe Anderson finally across the timeline with it. Pruitt for 3. Put it in the book. Will Pruitt out of Mount Juliet.
Cuts back behind the defender.
Shot blocked away by Dylan Faulkner. Lipscomb's got it again. Lead pass up for a 3 on the way. Put in the book. Mount Juliet's pride and joy. And 6 rebounds for Lipscomb. And ball slipped away as slipping down was going to be Stacker. Quickly at the other end. Pruitt gets the layup after the miscue by the
Lipscomb and a 4-2 lead. And there's Faulkner with the quick hands. Nearly comes away with a steal. Ball goes to the floor, and here come Lipscomb. Pruitt off the glass. Back-to-back night for the first time. Costal. The miss. And the rebound taken in the corner by Anderson.
Watching Frank Champion on the bench was like watching those horses at the Kentucky Derby when they first get locked up, right, and they're ready to run. And he's been wanting to run for Chattanooga. Both these teams are changing speeds right now. Very hard to predict defensively where to be or where to go when teams are so good at doing that, and a lot of individual effort going into that.
Anderson. Kick out, Williams. Here goes Pruitt. To the rim, gets knocked down, no whipping.
Out of their bench in that first half. Low rebounding numbers, low scoring numbers, low assist numbers.
One that doesn't allow it. Colin Mulholland goes off the glass. Mulholland with 4.
In the era of player rights, it seems a little, it felt outdated at the time.
It hits from 3. That'll bring the home crowd to their feet here momentarily. Pruitt against Huff. Takes him deep inside and lays it up and in. Down. Bash Whelan. Give him 21.
Now you start coaching. Here's that press. Trying to create a turnover or change in momentum.
Wow. Big butt.
Lipscomb doing a great job on the glass right now.
Pruitt on the inbounds play from J.O. for three. And the threes are just really off. Not just off, Justin. Some of them have just been air balls.
What a play by Grant Asman.
What a save by Grant. Pruitt thought about a long three. Instead, going to drive, get the player in the air, does a good fake, and gets. They like after timeout sometimes to change the defense. They go to the zone, little trap, deflected away, and they've got a steal. Joe Anderson to Pruitt for the layup. And Pruitt. But you'll see it here. Samuel makes it nice, gets behind, comes over, and makes the block. Now it's Pruitt. He gets a Tiger to fly by him, steps in from about 7.
He shot a little more than he normally does, but he should right now because he is playing with a lot of confidence. Seeing the ball go through the rim.
He's got 20. Driving is Pruitt off the glass and in.
All on the court at the same time.
Second triple for Kobe Brea. They really haven't needed him tonight, but
nice
he's hit him when he shot him as great cut.
Pruitt is just using his length, athleticism, playing above the rim.
Another double-digit rebound effort from him. That was his 10th of the night. Pruitt, good from the elbow. Perry, step back three on the way, no good. This crowd was ready to explode just as much as they did for that dunk. Off the tip of the hands, Williams can't find the handle, so Lipscomb keeps it. Pruitt driving inside. Oh, what a move to get that one.
Fives opponents are a little bit ahead because they play the math. They mostly shoot at rims and threes. They play the math. In fact, I was going to mention after Gayasi took that second mid-range, that they don't have many guys that do that. They're going.
There's Enoch Colombe. Bedford missed the three off the back of the iron.
Boy, when he lets it go, it looks good, doesn't it?
And he's a true freshman out of Memphis. Pruitt on the left side from about.
Down to Rogers, turnaround won't go. Lipscomb's got the rebound. Take a look at the Bison starters, same ones they've used. Pruitt, Williams, Powell, Anderson, and J.O. Onoctavis has just had a great start back after having a year off, Justin.
Yeah, team high 22 points. He's averaging. Of course, he had the game winner 2 years ago in this building against Belmont.
Pruitt for three. Nice skip pass across. Three, though, off the mark there by Carter Witt. Quickly, another long pass this time. They're just wrapping each other up. So wipe the bucket away. We're still tied at 25. Here's Pruitt on the drive. Can he get something worked up? He'll put a shot up and get it.
I'm going to say, though, Lipscomb's up their shooting percentage to 39% now. Lipscomb's going to have to figure out that matchup down low, though. That can't go one-on-one with Pruitt.
Pruitt, nice drive and a lane for the Bruins, and they're back out on top by 2.
A great response after Lipscomb came out strong to start the second half, and Orm doing the work with 2 threes.
Pruitt, baseline, spin, fakes, shoots, gets it.
The ball screen really putting Lipscomb in a lot of conflict situations defensively where they struggled. That time Faulkner was trying to do something. As I don't know how that
point of this second half. Walker stripped away. Suber comes out with it. It's a 2-on-1 and Will Pruitt. Corey Tripp makes the pass over onto the wing. Shot up by Silvas. Jackson Silvas, the senior from Paducah, Kentucky. Wouldn't go for him. Here's Pruitt reversing the layup.
It's slow. It's a fast, move the ball quickly, get great shots offense. And right now, Lipscomb is shooting 78% from the field.
Now they had the 10-0 run. And there's Will Pruitt.
You can just see he is a physical post player.
Turnaround shot by Tripp won't go, and Joe Anderson with the rebound. He's on the run to the other end. He'll get it off to Pruitt. Thought about a three instead. Will drive, go up, put it up over the rim, and good. Will
2-3 zone after the timeout. That's one of the calling cards of Coach Lenny Acuff. He likes to change up his defense after a timeout. It results in another turnover.
Another steal. Pruitt, he's going to pull it back. Wait for a little help. Goes to Powell, right back to Pruitt.
Go with the left hand.
Thiero is a big-time athlete. He's the X factor for these Razorbacks. If he gets in the passing lanes, rebounding, and playing with energy, they're a very tough team to beat.
A couple of years that Kentucky made that transition with Coach Cal. And hey, I enjoyed this more than when he had 23 points and 9 rebounds in this building a year ago with the Volunteers.
I was here. Him and Connect had us.
And there's a knockdown percent from the field. Turned over the Bisons 13 times, just about got another one. But this Bisons offense trying to create a little of their own off their defense. 11 tonight for...
Decision by number 8, Edward.